Hey everybody, Keith Wilson at the Trombone Shop at Schmidt Music back with another accessory review. One of the things we struggle with a little bit in the trombone world are bass trombone stands. There unfortunately aren't a lot of really great options for bass trombones. Now certainly there's a lot of options for trombone stands overall, but really a lot of those designs are really made with tenor trombones more in mind. We understand there are some challenges with bass trombones. We typically have heavier instruments, which means that we have higher centers of gravity. We're putting weight in different directions, which means we need to have more stability. And we're dealing with larger bell flares because of the larger bell flare size. A lot of times it means that the material itself is a little bit more delicate. So it is very, very helpful for us to have a stand that helps to support that flare. And unfortunately, there aren't a ton of really great options out there. There are a couple though. Of course, a lot of us have seen the Sheridan brass stands that they custom make, utilizing cymbal stands for the bass, and custom making the bell cups and everything, which are awesome. But one other really great production option out there is actually from one of our favorite stand makers, K&M. So this is the K&M 14910 bass trombone stand. And we love K&M stands in the shop. These are really across all of the instrument categories that we work with as a company. They are frankly, the best value for the money. They're extremely well made. They hold up. They're well thought out. They give a lot of protection. They do what we ask them to do. And so I'm real excited to have the 14910 bass trombone stand here. So we're going to take a little bit of a closer look at the stand and see exactly what we have got going on with it. So the K&M 14910 stand here, of course, has a lot of the features that we expect to see from K&M here. It has a lot of adjustability. It adjusts from about 25 to about 45 inches, so you have a lot of height adjustability with it. Of course, like all of the other K&M stands, it's all really heavy-duty hardware here. Everything from the base to the legs to all of the knobs here in the the adjustment handle. Everything is very heavily built. It's all precision. One of the things that I'm talking with percussion players who, of course, deal with stands a lot. They say you can tell how good a stand is by how much adjustment you need to do with the knobs here. And the K&M are fantastic. You turn them a quarter a turn, maybe a half a turn, and everything is loosened right up. You turn them a quarter turn, half a turn, they are snugged right back up. You don't have to wrench on them. They hold everything in place. It does have a really nice wide base here. So the base is about 20 inches wide. So we're giving a lot of stability here with it. The cup here, of course, this is one of the things that makes the stand unique, is we do have the specific cup for the bell here. This comes in about 5.5 inches wide, which is about 2 inches wider than your standard tenor trombone designed stand with this. And of course, this is solid wood. One piece of solid wood. We do have the felt pads all around it here. So we're giving a lot of protection besides just the width here. And then the taper here as well. We're helping to support the bell right a lot more. And then of course, we do have our heavy duty rubber ball up on top here to help support the bell inside of the flare as well. So with the instrument on the stand, we can see a little bit better what is going on with this here. So right now, again, it has a lot of the height adjustability. So right now, the slide is about, say 3-4 inches off the floor. But you can certainly adjust that down if you want. I know a lot of folks get a little bit nervous when they have their slide way off the floor, because frankly, that means that you're extending upward the center of gravity, which is, of course, sometimes problematic for us. However, of course, it has that adjustability, but again, one of the things I really love with the stand is how stable it is. I mean, I'm really trying to rock it here right now, and the instrument's moving a little bit, but if you watch the feet, they're not moving at all. It's very stable like this. Again, just the center of gravity, everything just feels really great with this. And it's really comforting seeing when we put the instrument on, how much of that cup fits into the bell there and just how solidly it fits in there. One of the things we experienced with some of the other trombone stands that are not designed for bass is that when you put it on, the instrument still rocks back and forth a little bit on the stand. There's only so much adjustability we have with that top component inside the flare. This fits it so nicely. There's so little movement, and I think if you want, you can even tweak that further to find that perfect fit with the instrument. Of course, one of the things we want to think about with our trombone stands is portability. How much does it compact down to we want to be able to take it places and use it? And so with this, of course, we can just go like so here and pull this down. So really we're dealing with a pretty compact product. Now, of course, the only thing that we really don't have a lot of control over is the base, the cup here, right? And so, of course, it's going to be a little bit larger, but overall, it does pack up, very, very nicely. Now, one of the things with the stand is because it is built heavily, we're using steel construction here. We've got the solid wood cup here. It is heavy. It comes in a little bit over 5 pounds, which is really, I think, the heaviest stand that we have in the shop right now. So if you're somebody who has weight considerations, it's a little bit on the heavy side. But what I really like about this, again, along with all the other K&M stands, it's very, very well thought out. It's very, very well made. We have, in all the years I've been doing this, I've never had a single issue with any K&M stand ever. They just make fantastic products. This is sitting a little bit on the pricey side as far as stands go. Right now, as of today, it's running about $120. So it is a little more of an investment than a lot of the other stand options. And there are some other options that I do consider appropriate for bass trombone. The K&M, kind of the more standard universal stand that they make, the 14990, that we see a lot of folks using. It doesn't have the wide cup, obviously, here, but it does have the adjustable base, for the legs, which does give us a lot more control about the stability of the stand. And I've certainly used that for bass trombones, and it's worked well. But if you have a bass trombone where especially you're really worried about the support for the bell, something like this, again, there aren't a lot of options out there. I think this is a fantastic option, and something that is going to be hopefully accessible. So, as always, I hope you enjoyed this review. If you have any questions, any comments, please feel free to leave those below. If you enjoyed the video, consider giving it a thumbs up. If you haven't already done so, please consider subscribing to our channel. Check out all of the hopefully interesting videos we're going to keep creating here for you. And you can check us out on Instagram and Facebook. So thanks for watching, everybody.